It does occur, unfortunately, in government agencies. Senator Joanne Brown is referring to personnel falsifying timesheets regarding overtime. According to the complaint, Guam Fire Department personnel were allegedly working hours they are not entitled to, with firefighters who had been assigned to work administrative duties receiving overtime compensation for hours they were not working. Speaking to Fire Chief Dan Stone, Brown said it's been a long-standing allegation that plagues GFD.
And I wanted to get your official public response with regards to that, because the concern was raised, and again, Chief, this comes from your side of the aisle. I don't work at the Guam Fire Department. We don't. We're not there to see who's following their hours and who is not, but certainly ultimately that decision and responsibility lies with you.
They are working their hours. If there are any complaints or allegations of misuse or abuse, I would encourage anybody to go ahead and bring that up to us, and specifically bring it to my staff assistance office, which handles those types of complaints, accusations, or concerns. And we will investigate it to the fullest extent.
Are you checking? Because I ended up finding out employees were claiming hours that they weren't working, because I went and checked in the evenings and the weekends because things weren't adding up to me. And it's unfortunate that it happens, but it does happen. I'd like to think it doesn't happen at the Guam Fire Department.
She adds that the law is very clear as to who is entitled to these hours. The intent was never for administrative personnel to be put in the same line of compensation. Senator Brown continued to press the fire chief.
How are you looking internally within your operations to ensure that this is not an issue? I mean, how are your administrative people working how many hours a day, 5 days a week, to address those hours? And why is there so much need for administrative oversight when the real work is actually out in the fire department, out in the community?
Chief Stone said that if there are those in the department who feel that is the case, he invites them to come up to the headquarters and try to work the administrative hours.
While those at the fire stations, they come in, they do their 24-hour shifts. Not all of that is productive time, in that they have those rest periods and they're allowed to be able to sleep, basically. Whereas those that are administrative are working those all those hours. And not only that, they also carry those work hours to home, because the way I'm able to verify that is through their work, the work product.
I don't know how many people who work on the admin side are working for 8 full hours and going home working another 3 or 4 hours every single night. I don't believe that.
Ultimately, he says,
if somebody has knowledge, information, evidence to the contrary, then I would encourage them to come up, because if that's happening, I want to know about it.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Joan Aguon Charfauros.
115?
115,000?
Yes, sir.